Well, it's time for the next episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Card Game The Chronicles, and oh boy, that is short. So, episode 2, Sky Striker Ace Rose, gives us even more of the Sky Striker story, and this one is, still very interesting, mostly from the perspective of Rose. A good portion of this episode, or I guess animation, does take place within a fraction of a few seconds, during the time that Ray's sword is clashed with the Zeke mech, and we're mostly seeing the inside and looking at Rose and seeing a lot of her feelings. She does have some flashbacks, some of this being reused animation, and some of this I think is original. Definitely all the cool trippy visuals that really do make it feel like a mecha anime, those are brand new. But then we cut to the point where the mech is already defeated, and where Ray comes to rescue Rose, though again it is mostly from Rose's perspective, and then it kind of jumps forward in time a little more to the point where she actually wakes up and they both get to talk. I do like the segment. I think there is a lot more dialogue here than in the last episode. It really does give a better sense of finality between the two of them, especially as Rose gets to actually talk and they have a conversation back and forth. Just then the bad guys show up with even more mechs, and Ray stands up to defend Rose, and Rose stands up as well, so they get to fight alongside each other. And it ends right there, only about 3 minutes long without the credits. So yeah, it really does come down to talking about the length again, and that is the biggest problem that it has going for it. Also the sense that, these aren't exactly episodes. When the series was originally announced, it really did feel like it was going to be a little more complete each episode and a lot more like an anthology. But the truth is, at least from the first two segments, is that each one is meant to highlight a certain card in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! And tell a little bit of its story and lore and show off some cool animation without really diving into it. And hypothetically, I think this would work for individual cards that don't really have a whole lot of story attached. The problem is that with Sky Striker, there is a lot of established lore. There's like a whole manga. And with the upcoming Albaz stuff, there is a lot of other lore that is literally built and is the selling point of all of those cards. So episode 1 is meant to be a highlight reel of Ray, and episode 2 is meant to be a highlight reel of Rose. And again, in concept, not terrible, because this studio is really doing some great things, but most of what they did was like a big sizzle reel of a bunch of different monsters way back when for the anniversary, and most of what they do now, aside from this, are basically little commercials for card game products or Master Duel. So in effect, these are just bigger commercials being passed off as an anime with lore. Each quote episode doesn't really feel all that complete. It kind of is, but it is also really weird how it jumps in time so much when taken into context with the last episode and of course all the animations that we got in the Master Duel solo mode. So in my last video talking about this, I had said something along the lines of like, maybe you can take all of these and doctor them together into somewhat of a complete story, but it seems like it's going to be a lot harder now that we have the final episode, quote episode of the Sky Striker lore. So yes, while I would say the length is an issue and the incomplete story is an issue, really what it boils down to is a problem that they're just really not committing. Maybe that's a matter of resources or time, and I really don't want to give all of this a pass as saying like the animation is nice, the voice acting is nice, it looks great for what it is, when we know full well that even though yes, these are some of the first projects this specific studio is making, it is definitely not the first Yu-Gi-Oh! Or first Konami thing ever made. They've been around for years. I would say maybe there is a little hope for the future, because we did get confirmation that the Albaz lore will be made up of 6 episodes, and if those are each like 4 minutes long, then maybe it could be something. Again, I am thinking it is going to go with the same format of each one highlighting a certain card, so we'll probably get like 3 minutes for Fallen of Albaz, 3 minutes for Ecclesia, 3 minutes for Kit, 3 minutes for Oliver, and then maybe each other one can be focusing on the fusions but actually fleshing out the big battle story that happens at the very end. We'll have to wait and see, but if we genuinely are going to get like 3 to 4 minute animations like a month apart, I almost feel like you might as well just wait until it's all done to maybe binge the whole thing and see if that works out. Otherwise, I feel like you really just have to get on the copium and treat these all as commercials. Then they're really enjoyable. But like I said, yeah, I do love watching these every month, but I feel like this one being even shorter than the last one was really the nail in the coffin in terms of getting anything resembling an actual anime series. But let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm sure there are definitely going to be a lot of shared sentiments, but if you have any wishes or suggestions that you'd like to see for the future of the series, let me know those. And if you think there are any individual cards that something like this would actually work out for. And if you enjoy watching me talk about anime in this sort of format, then you can check out my brand new channel, which was very ill-advised to make, but hey, I'm going to be making mostly YouTube shorts on that channel discussing some of the new episodes of My Hero Academia and whatever other anime that I'm watching. So if you could check that out, that'd be pretty cool. Anyway, this is GatorX, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in some more videos hopefully soon, and I'll catch you all later.